Hey guys, Spray and Pray here, and welcome to the first episode of my Let's Play as Sweden. We're playing Victoria 2, Heart of Darkness expansion. So yeah, let's get right into it, guys. I pretty much know what to do. I mean, the last game that I played was my first ever real playthrough through Victoria 2 with the United States. If you missed that, go check it out. But yeah, that was the first time I ever actually played through, so if I do okay in this one, I think I'll do a little bit better, just because, you know, I kind of know what to do now. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to get Sweden to be a great power. So we want to research Romanticism, because this prestige gain should be enough to knock us up into great power status. And that's going to be one of the best things for us is to be a great power, because what I want to do first thing first is I want to get, I'll put it into diplomatic Mac mode, because Denmark right here, we actually need to sphere them, because that's how we form Scandinavia, and that's my whole goal for this Let's Play, is to form Scandinavia. And so we can look here, we can do abandon Finland, which I think we will do, because it gives us some prestige bonus, and it's not really that big of a deal if we lose Finland, because, you know, we're gonna have to fight against the Russians to get Finland anyway, if we did this, so it'd be really hard. However, depending on how the prestige and everything goes, and if this is what's gonna make us a great power, I think I'd rather do this than having Finland. So anyway, we need to move down here, and I think I don't know if it's on here yet, but it's one of these things. Yes, there it is. For Brokensval, it will make us form Scandinavia, basically. So what we need to do is become a great power, which we should do after we get this Romanticism researched. And then we need to have prestige of 45. That's what might be hard to get without doing abandon Finland, but I'm going to do my best to not abandon Finland. We're going to gain prestige when we do this as well, so yeah, and then all we need to do is take over Denmark, which could be difficult to do because, you know, the Prussians and stuff, they usually have, they have cores, I believe. Yeah, the German Empire has cores up here, so if they take over Denmark before us, then they could steal it from us. But I think if we get started and get to be a great power very quickly, that I think we should be fine. Anyway, before we get started, I don't want to unpause time just yet, because I want to take a look at our budget. It looks like all our taxes are kind of messed up. I'm going to put our poor tax at 80%. 82%. I just want to get some money, you know, coming in. We're going to drop our rich tax down to almost nothing, because, like, look, if we max it out, they're only giving us £3 a day, so we might as well have it as nothing so that they can do the best they can at making factories for us, since we have no factories starting out as Sweden. Now our biggest, oh, and we can also raise tariffs to about 10% without bothering anybody, and we get some little bit of free income, which is nice. We might have to start out being a little bit negative, but that's okay. We have the power to build factories, and I think that we are going to. However, we don't really we can build one cement factory, which is a good factory for our first starting out things. Glass would be also a nice factory to build, but we don't have enough money for that right now. So I think we're going to just build one cement factory, use the rest of the money left over to be like sort of our little nest egg, and spend that while we get our economy up and going, while we're researching Romanticism and such. Alright, so I think we should build it in, let's see, what's our most populous area, because they're going to be the most able to, okay, it is Gotland, so we shall build that factory there. In Gotland, here we go, cement factory, starting, good. Alright, so now our budget here, let's see, it says we were constructing stuff, whatever, we're still good on our budget, we're going to have to pay some money out to build that, so we only have 2,000 now to deal with. We might end up taking out a loan, not that big a deal, we'll be okay. So we can check out our politics. We are the Conservative Party. Now, I'm kind of wondering whether or not I should embrace the liberal revolution that comes along with this Sweden. You can either keep them conservative or let them go to liberal. And I'm wondering why. What's better about liberal? Capitalists build factories. Okay, it looks like we can't do a lot of things when your liberal party is in power. So investors can build up foreign railways. Okay, that's good. Allows foreign investment. Population projects we can't invest in, though. Accepted cultures can vote. Yes, duh. Building factories, building railways. Wow, we can't build anything, it seems. We can't even destroy factories, so... But you know what, at least it'll take it... That means it'll just take care of it for us, so it's fine. I don't want to do that. I wonder what these guys allow. capitalists can expand factories. I mean, like, this basically just allows the capitalists to take care of everything. So I think we're going to embrace the liberal revolution that comes along with this. And what we're going to do to, you know, to help that along is we're going to... There's two different populations here. We have not Scandinavians, sorry. We have, I forget what they're called. We've got, Norway. We have Norwegians as well as Swedish. So we have our Swedish people down here, and our Norwegians are up here. So we need to build both industry. Like, we need to have a capitalist class in not only the Sweden territories, but in the Norwegian territories as well. So Norwich seems to be the only one that's Norwich and Norwich. They're both the same thing. Oh yeah, this is just different territories of it. So yeah, that's their Norwegian territories, and they seem to come down here. Yeah, so we need to build up both a capitalist class in each one of those. So in Sevland, we're going to start encouraging capitalists right away. I would usually go for clergymen at the beginning to get my research point bonuses, but I think the capitalists are more important because our economy is not as good as it should be when we start out. So I'm going to pick the most populous territory that has a Norwegian population and start encouraging capitalists there. I don't think we have any Norwegians in Gotland, or at least we don't have a core for Norwegian in Gotland. I know we probably, yeah, it's 100% Swedish, 100% Swedish. Vestland is the biggest Norwegian population with 100% Norwegian. So, and it looks like Nordland is pretty, mostly Swedish. And then the same thing in Norwich. They're both pretty much even, but they don't have much population anyway. So this is going to be the best place for us to encourage capitalists, and we need a capitalist class in both of them because they won't build railroads if they're not the right capitalist, or they're not the right class, whatever. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go just look at no, we don't need it. We can invest in some relation with Sweden, with the United Kingdom. I would really like to be allied with them, but I don't think it's gonna really happen. It's hard. They're like, everybody wants to be their friend, you know. We have some infantry that we can build. I think I'm gonna build like 5 units of stuff. I don't really want to, you know, burden my economy too much before we get started here. We've got our little navy here as well. Sorry, one second. Yeah. So we're good to go, I think. And it's only been 7, but we're gonna go for 15 minutes, guys, on this episode. I know that the episodes were longer when we were doing USA at the end, but we started out short episodes, and I want to do that with this too, so you can, you know, draw in people, and then when things get exciting, we'll start doing hour-long episodes again. Okay. So let's get started here. We're going to pump it up to 3 speed because there's nothing really, like, we're just going to see our economy kind of tank for a second. There we go. It's kind of evening out. I hope that we gain some money soon because I'm really concerned at this. It's most likely all this construction that we're paying. We've taken out a lot of loans here. We've already taken out 3,000 worth of loans, but it seems as though we are sort of evening out. Here we go. So perhaps building that cement factory was not a good idea. We would have had enough money and been fine if we didn't have so much that cement factory. Today we actually spent 400 on the stockpile. That's good. We're still making some money. That's nice. We'll get some more population, get some more everything. It'll be fine. We might want to have to bump up this to 90%. So let's do that. Just so that we can, you know, get things to be balanced in our checkbook here. Even the middle tax we're going to pump up to 55. I really don't want to tax them at 100%. Oh, okay, so Aftonbladet, the Swedish evening newspaper Aftonbladet, first appeared on Monday, December 6th, 1830. Edited by Lars Johan Hirata, promoting freedom of speech for free trade, lower import duty, and democratic reforms. The government did not look kindly upon it, despised by the upper class, loved by the middle class. The king tried in vain to stop this publication, but circulation rapidly increased over the following years. With its liberal views, Aftonbladet was made fundamental in the fight for freedom of speech in Sweden and press. Okay, speak free. So this is how the the liberal revolution that I said we were going to embrace gets started. Our economy is sort of floundering. It's fine if we take out some loans early in the game. Not that big a deal. I mean, we'll eventually be able to be a huge superpower, so once we research romanticism, which should be done in a year, a little bit more than a year, we should be good to go. And we're building units, so, I mean, we're having that army influx as well, which is going to help us take great power status. The lowest great power is the United States, which is going to quickly change because they're really good. And they have a total score of 54, so we need to help. That's basically what we need to beat, is the lowest, which is 50s and 60s. Once we get this prestige bonus, though, we should be golden. And if we get our consciousness a little bit higher, we will be able to abandon Finland and get this prestige bonus. So we're still building our cement factory here. It's probably not able to. We're probably not able to finance all the stuff here. So, oh, good. Somebody's investing in these fabric factories here. Good. That means we don't have to do it as much. It's because we can't, as you see here. We have barely any income at all. I think I'm gonna drop down our land units, because how much are we spending here? Oh, it's only like, if we drop this down, we might actually get some really good positive income. It seems as though, since dropping this down doesn't really help, because it's depending on, like, it's, you know how we're paying money here? It only spends as much as we have, so that's why you see 0 a lot, which is fine. I mean, it looks like we're doing a little bit better, so that's good for me. And we don't really need our troops in tip-top shape right now, just because we don't care. I'm going to split up these boats here because it seems as though they're not doing as well as they should be. I think if we split them up, they might do a little better. Yeah, they're losing 2% because they have a lack of maintenance goods, and I don't know if this is going to help spreading them apart. I mean, it seems to be. Maybe if we move them away. No, they're just gonna stay in Stockholm. That doesn't help at all, moving them away. So I'm really looking to see my capitalists start actually building factories. So yeah, we've already got 1% in Norwich, and Sevland, I think, is the other place where we are encouraging them. Oh no, it's these two that we're encouraging them. I wonder why we have capitalists here in Norwich and Oslo when we're not even encouraging it. Oh, good for them, I guess. So you got some unemployed craftsmen here. Perhaps that will spark the capitalists to start building something. We've got a bunch of clerks and craftsmen forming here in Gotland, which is good because that means we'll have people ready to go for our cement factory when we get the materials collected to buy it, to build it. We're almost halfway on romanticism, which is just, you know, that's kind of what's taking the time to get. Okay. Our current cash reserve, yeah, we're going up. I don't think we've taken out any more loans, which is good. We're up to £3,000 in loans. I think I'm gonna go spend 50% perhaps on constructions just to maybe get our money a little bit better. We're still negative 600. It's all this construction that's really costing us. So let's see here. Who's not getting their needs? It's the artisans. So I'm not. It doesn't. That's not our taxes affecting it. It's just their ability to produce stuff. Got our cement factory going, but I really wish our capitalists would invest in some actual buildings, because under our political party, they can build their own factories, which I don't understand why they're not. It's got enough investors here. They should be able to do that. Oh well. See, it looks like all of our fleets are losing 0.2% because they have a lack of maintenance goods. That's fine. I mean, we can't really help that because our budget, like I said, we need to balance that first, and it's going to be a little bit of a long road to do so. But it's fine. We're not really losing too much anymore. We're gaining slightly, losing slightly. It's all good. We are taking out some more loans. That's not so bad. Check out the newspaper here. War between Argentina and Bolivia. Okay, yeah, they always fight down there in South America. That was really annoying, as the United States having all those guys sphered and then have them fight against each other. It was quite annoying. So let's see, are we still building some military? I'm gonna go ahead and cancel these guys so that we don't have to worry about spending anything on them. Now, do we have this military up here? Yes, we do. Okay, we're gonna move them down to Malamo. Now, I hope this prestige bonus will give us the great power status, but it looks like 56 is now the number to beat. The United States has moved up, and as they usually do, Oh good, we got liberalization, so we're getting more 5% more liberal. While Napoleon and his armies had been defeated, the fundamental ideas of the French Revolution had not been. In Germany, the old crowns of the Holy Roman Empire had been wrought to naught, and the feudal contracts of old replaced by Napoleonic civil codes. Everywhere in Europe, in coffeehouses and universities, the ideals of liberalism, political reform, freedom of speech, and the rights of the peoples rather than the monarchs are proving again that the old proverb that there is no stopping an idea whose time has come. Minorities long yoked under crowns and scepters are waking up to the realization that fate is theirs to make, and across faraway countries the riches of Africa and Asia far oceans, not countries, the riches of Africa and Asia beckon. As the dust settles on Waterloo, Europe stands again at the beginning of a new era, the age of liberalism. Of course, now this is what I'm talking about, guys. We're going to embrace this liberal revolution and have our capitalists take over for us. We're still moving along here swimmingly. It looks like we're actually starting to make some money, which is very nice. We're up to £7 a day. Ooh, this is nice. See, I told you it was a good idea to start doing that stockpile for those troops. So we actually only spent £22, which is good. £40. That's not good. But we do have some money now. We're not going to be taking any more loans out, hopefully soon. Anytime soon. Please, stop spending. No, no. Go back up, green. I wanted green. Oh, I'm so sad. Why? They're not spending anything on construction. Artillery and canned food. Well, okay, we can either get liberal agitation or we gain militancy, and they should be allowed to express their opinion, I guess. That we, the youth of the Sweden, unite in our common defense, demand for the restoration of the ancient freedoms to make in Sweden a second Greece. That sounds cool. Let's, I don't know which one to do because 5% more liberal sounds good, but I don't like this militancy. It seems like we're going against it. However, I'd rather have the 5% more. That should reflect in our people or voters, or is it maybe the upper house? I don't remember. I didn't read it good enough. Sorry, guys. And we need more consciousness to do abandon Finland anyway. That's fine. We're back down to, like, nothing. We're probably taking out more loans. I thought we weren't going to have to take any more loans, damn it. What are we spending on? Artillery, ammunition, and canned food. Why is this so much? I guess, do we have artillery units that are doing this to us? Probably, no, we don't even have any artillery units. Why are we building artillery stuff? Okay, our independence is gradually being undercut more and more and becoming something that only exists on paper. As several foreign great powers vie for control over political institutions, recently tensions have erupted over the rights to conduct criminal investigations on Swedish territory. The great powers will have to either assert themselves or lose influence. Good news, I guess. The United Kingdom tensions in Sweden, Russians... Oh, okay. They all get those events. That's cool. I wish I got an event. But yeah, they always try to sphere us or something, so... It's really nice when you get sphered by Russia, because Russia will go to war with you and defend you and stuff, so it's pretty cool. And especially for abandoning Finland, then there's no reason not to be... Or, you know, there's no reason to be angry with Russia. They're just like a ridiculous military force. They're pretty awesome. It's like almost impossible to fight them. The only way that I've read that you could get back Finland and stuff is by building forts here and just like massing a huge army and just like staying in the fort and then like just letting the Russians kill themselves on you. Because they don't have much industry, which is their weakness, of course. Ah, good, our cement factory is finally being built. So that was probably why we got that little boost in our economy, is because we finished paying for that damn thing. Now, there's no more factories being built, which is sad. We do have some good capitalists in Sevland now, which is nice. How's Vestland? Is there gonna be nice amount of capitalists? Okay. You got some explosive factory that's trying to really hard to, or not the fabric factory is what's really trying hard to be. We got a lot of investors in it though, so I hope they build that quickly because I can't really afford to invest. Especially since we were taking out so many loans. That's fine. We'll be able to pay those back. We just need to get our industry on its feet. Yeah, and we're not making any compromises with our military spending anymore, so we should be good to go. I mean, we're holding true at this level, so once we become a great power, it'll be a lot easier for us to be, you know, just get a natural prestige bonus by being great power, and it'll just help us get our industry off the ground as well. So there's some wars going on. War in the Pacific versus Chile. Oh, that's Brazil and them fighting. And then there's Argentina versus Bolivia and Peru. Okay, so we can either get liberal agitation in all three of these places, or we can get 10% more liberal. I would like to get more liberal, and gaining consciousness is good. We'll probably be able to do the event where we abandoned Finland. A new daily has begun circulating in the Herald, carrying hard-hitting political commentary, literary critique, and local news, has quickly developed into a flagship for local liberal politics. Cool. Let's censor the paper. Says, oh, and good. Now we can do abandon Finland and get our 10 prestige, and we don't have to worry about Finland anymore. Probably should have read that. Sorry, guys. We're gonna keep going. Anyway, that's I think gonna about do it for today, guys. I want to thank you for watching. And I'm really curious what you guys have to say for giving me advice, because this is, like I said, the second time I've played through Victoria 2 ever, so just let me know if I'm missing anything important. Anyway, thanks again. Spray and pray out.